Hello, everyone. My name is Richard Lewis Brown. Today's March 29th, 2021. I seek your support to be the new Local 1000 president. We will win this election. We'll keep positive energy. And we're not going to let no one, no thing, nothing stand in our way. We will win this election, and I will be your new Local 1000 president. Ballots are going out April 19th. They have to be returned by May 20th. At the end of this week, April is here. It's showtime, everybody. It's showtime. And I'm Richard Lewis Brown, and I'm excited. I know I'm winning this election. We're going to address last Friday's video by our Local 1000 president, Yvonne Walker. We're going to take this step by step because I want you to understand how she uses her trickery and her deceptive words to manipulate you. Here we go. And I printed out the transcript. Okay, here we go. Here's the first thing that caught my eye. I hope you're heading into a phenomenal weekend. No, Yvonne Walker, no one represented by Local 1000 is having a great weekend but you, because you still collect your $67,500 salary stipend unaffected by furlough or POP. You'll have a good weekend, and so will Annika Walls, because she's collecting the salary stipend because MTC agreed as a team in 2019 to accept the salary stipend. You guys are having a great weekend. No one else is having a great weekend. Okay. In fact, we could have a great weekend if you would have never started that OPEB deduction from the last contract, and then it flowed over into this contract. That 3.5% OPEB deduction that starts back up on July 1st, 2022. See, we had guaranteed retiree health care. We gave it away. Now we're helping fund it. So I saw that post on Facebook. We didn't have to give away our retiree health care. We didn't have to pre-fund our retiree health care. That was a guaranteed medical benefit after doing 20 years. Guaranteed. Like our pension, guaranteed. And it tells you from years ago in the government code, unless the union agrees to negotiate your retiree health care, it was guaranteed paid for by the state of California. Then they changed the government code because people like Yvonne Walker that call themselves leaders gave it up. Just like she gave up our 2 holidays from back in the past. After the 2008 timeframe, gave up our 2 paid holidays. That's why we have these 2 professional development days, because she just gives things up. You know, the same way she just gave up with the furlough fiasco, 3 days a month, where the state was shutting down agencies 3 days a month. See, that's a furlough, when they shut the whole state down. But some people did not lose any money during furlough because they were considered mission essential people. And some of the constitutional officers who were Democrats refused to take money from their people because there was a Republican governor. So when people get these words confused between furlough and PLP, I'm always here to set you straight, to help you see the light, because no one else will. These other candidates running for office, they're not going to take their time and explain things to you. Richard Lewis Brown has to explain things to you because he's the transparent person. He's the one that has the sincerity and the integrity. Okay, let's keep it moving. Oh, so here it is. Oh, April 15th, everybody 16 and over will be eligible to get a vaccine. And guess what? If you're in Sacramento, you can get your vaccine at Local 1000. We will be holding up a pop-up clinic April 15th, 16th, and 17th. We'll be reaching out to our members in this area to schedule vaccines for them. Hey, hold on a second. That sounds like a political move. You're not really trying to provide a safe working environment. Listen to what she says. If you're in Sacramento, what if you're somewhere else in the state of California? You're just out of luck? You're just out of luck. What if you don't pay money to the union because you can't afford it right now? What if you don't want to pay money to the union because you don't want to support the political speech by Local 1000? Now I'm gonna get deeper into that here in a second. So in other words, you're just out of luck. You're just out of luck. She's not helping no one with these vaccines. That's bogus. And then you're discriminating against your non-members. Again, you're discriminating. You've been discriminating against non-members for years. And those non-members, 90% of them, white Republicans. So don't come at me with this social justice, Black Lives Matter, or anything else about racial justice or social justice. When you are a hypocrite, you're discriminating against white people who belong to the Republican Party, some of them to the Libertarian Party, the Green Party. But non-Democrats, you're discriminating. You won't allow them to vote. I don't want to hear about the George Floyd case, fighting for justice. No, I don't want to hear that. Because you are financially discriminating against white people. You are, Yvonne Walker. As an African-American woman, you should want everybody to have the ability to vote and not be required to pay money for it. And I'm the only person of color from our union that will call you out on your nonsense. But see, I'm not from California. I'm from the Midwest, or some people say the South. I'm from Missouri. I'm going to call it the way I see it. I don't want to hear all that nonsense about racial justice. Stick to your job, but you can't do your job. You should be fighting for great contracts that are enforceable and quality job representation from these bad-behaving, egotistical, self-serving supervisors that harass so many of our state employees. That is what you're supposed to be doing. Enforce the contract. Let me continue. Hoping to see you there. Let's be talking about the vaccines. Well, no one wants to really see you. Because when they see you, they see pain. They see suffering. Why do they want to see you for? You're not fighting for these people. You gave up their money for 2 days a month for a whole fiscal period. And don't get me started about that 2.5% that was scheduled for July 1st, 2020 that we still have not received yet. We won't receive that till next year on July 1st, 2022. That delay of money has hurt people. People were counting on that money. Let me continue. Isn't this very exciting? No, there's nothing exciting about you. I want to give a shout out to our newest Attorney General, Rob Bonta. He has been a champion for the workers in the assembly. I have no doubt he's going to be an incredible Attorney General for the state of California. I could care less about Rob Bonta. Don't tell me about, quote, champion for the workers. You said that champion for the workers stuff, shat, about this current governor, Gavin Newsom. He was labor friendly, just like Jerry Brown, labor friendly. Don't talk to me about these politicians being labor friendly. Remember Jerry Brown? Yeah, Jerry. We gave up 1 day's POP for the 2010 to 2013 contract. And then under that contract, he wanted another day. We gave him another day, 2012 POP. But he was labor friendly. All because he did the Ralph C. Dills Act back in 1977 because he hustled people by allowing them to unionize. But he tricked them by saying you have to have an exclusive representative so that if he can control that exclusive representative, what happens? Liars. Governor Gavin Newsom was so labor friendly, but he tried to take 2 days from us for 2 straight years. But now that his ass is on a recall, now he's trying to save himself. I don't care about Rob Bonta. What I care about is a strike fund. What I care about is you. I care about protecting you, getting you a substantial pay increase, 21%, plus GO pay and COLA on our next contract, protecting you from bad bosses and nothing else. And I'm going to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to give it to you. Okay, let me continue. Also, a reminder that effective July 1st, because of how we negotiated the side letter. You mean the agreement where you just gave up our money because you didn't enforce our contract? Because we didn't get our 2.5% on July 1st, 2020? You talk about that? You talk about you just gave us up? You would not enforce our contract, that side letter agreement? So why sign a contract if you just don't give things up? You're not a real union president. Okay. So here it is, because how we negotiate the side letter. The POPs will go away. You mean the POPs that should have never started? Don't try to act like you're helping us, because you're not. So the 9.23% will be back in our paychecks. You better write that 9.23%, 2 days pay loss per month for a whole fiscal period, should have never came out of our paycheck. All right. But guess what? The cost savings task force, where we had to find $200 million in order to have our 2% raise effective July 1st, I have to give a big shout out to the committee. They did an incredible work. So effective July 1st, 9.23% from the POPs and also the 2% resulting from the work of the cost savings task force. Hold on a second, Yvonne Walker. First of all, we didn't need no cost savings task force. because you should have never gave up our money to begin with. So don't act like they did something great. No, none of you did anything great. That 2% that we bargained for that was scheduled for July 1st, 2021, we should have never been worried about not getting it on time. So when you sign a contract, that's what a contract means in America. Honor the contract. You don't go back and try to redo the contract because they tell you, oh, we're having some financial difficulty. Again, these are hypocrites because that state legislature did not give up their money. We gave up our money with the other unions, but they didn't give up their money. But they tell you we're all in this together with this COVID crisis. That's a lie. They're liars, they're liars, they're liars. But they're politicians. So I guess you say, well, what do you expect, Richard? I expect my union president to fight and enforce the contract. That's why we're called a union. That's why they created unions. So they couldn't turn around and tell you, we can't afford to pay you money. We've locked you into a contract for a period of time. Safe working conditions and these wages. And we're not going to change your work duties during this contract and take you off your regular job and put you on this COVID tracing. That's not our responsibility. Let me continue. And then I'm talking about this, about what's happening. I want to remind you that politics matters. No, Yvonne Walker, and you said that just for me. I got your message. Let me send you a message back. Politics doesn't matter. That's a lie you've been telling people since 2008. Let me tell you what matters. Represent employees of Local 1000 being treated with fairness and respect. All of them, regardless of their political party, regardless if they're white. Treat everyone with respect and dignity. I want everyone to treat me with respect and dignity. Let me tell you what's been going on since July 1st, 2008. I had to write this number down. 6,701,760 minutes of no breathing for represented employees of Local 1000 since July 1st, 2008. Let me say that word for you again. 6,701,760 minutes of no breathing, no hope for all represented employees of Local 1000. If you thought George Floyd has gone through it and lost his life for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, I'm here to tell you there's over 96,000 represented employees who have felt like they couldn't live anymore under your leadership, Yvonne Walker. How's that for some social justice? Some politics matters. 6,701,760 minutes of no breathing, no hope, no encouragement under your leadership since July 1st, 2008. Politics matters. Yeah, because you're collecting your salary stipend like a politician. See, you enforce rules for others, but yet when it comes to you, you think you're above the law. We're going to end this for you. You're getting out of here. I mean that. I'm going to keep doing these videos, and I'm going to get at you. I'm going to talk about you and all these other candidates, these status quo candidates. You don't want to do anything. My first platform point, eliminate all politics. But before we do that, we're going to reduce dues. See, that's the kind of financial politics people are wondering about our union. Okay? I'm going to reduce these people's dues. I'm going to give them some hope. I'm going to take that suffering they've been going through. I'm going to get it off of their backs. Because you've had your knee on both sides of our necks. You've had both your knees on our necks since 2008. 6,701,760 minutes of no breathing because of your knees on our necks. That's who you are, Yvonne Walker. Okay. And so let me continue on here. If we haven't done the work to get President Biden elected, hey, hold on a second. What do you mean, the work? See, that's where our union is divided now. Why is our union involved in politics? Our union is not composed of 100% Democrats. And I'm a Democrat, and I didn't vote for Biden. I didn't vote for Trump either. But that's where our union's so, boy, that's where our union is divided. Being involved in politics, you're alienating half your union. Let me continue. If we haven't done the work to get President Biden elected, if we hadn't done the work to help him with the passage of the American Recovery Act, first off, we wouldn't have had money that's coming to California, to the state and local governments, but even more importantly, the additional money that's coming in the form of a child tax credit. Not only will it eliminate by 50% child poverty in California, our members are going to see the benefit of those dollars in their pockets. Listen to this, it won't be all of our members. Again, she talks about members, so if you're not non-member, I guess you're not included. But it will be a pretty sizable amount. And so I say again, politics matters. How we engage in politics matters. Again, I say to you, Yvonne Walker, you're a liar. Politics doesn't matter. Why are we worried about politics? See, a union, if you have a strong enough strike fund, and you leverage yourself and you're working together as one, and you're not dividing people by political party, and you're not having these little racial ethnic committees in our union, then you can get a substantial pay increase. You don't need help from the federal government. You can help yourself. Stop looking for the federal government to bail you out. Negotiate and get a high enough wage so people don't have to worry about a child tax credit to help with their children. You're not doing your damn job. And that's why we've had these sorry pay increases over the length of these contracts. Remember that contract? The 2010, 2013 contract? There was no pay raise for everybody. It was only a pay raise of 3.5% for those who were at the top of their salary range for 12 straight months, 12 qualifying months. Do you remember that? Remember that 4.5% contract, 2013 to 2016? Remember that? Did that really help you get ahead? Was that a substantial pay increase? What was the 2016 to 2020 contract? They bragged about 11.5% pay increase. That's a lie, because you had a 3.5% OPEB deduction. You wasn't getting all that money. Don't let these people lie to you. Read. Politics matters, huh? See, that's why you have low voter turnout in our union, because white people feel like they're being discriminated against in our union, the white Republicans and those Green Party and those libertarians. Because they see every time they turn around, they see our union involved in democratic issues. And yeah, I'm going to say it, these left-leaning racial justice, open borders, fight for 15, all those things that violate their principles, violate their core beliefs. And then we have a low voter turnout because you don't allow everyone to vote. And then people think you don't care. Because every time they turn around, we sign a contract and we give up money. But that's the kind of politician you are. And all these other candidates, they fall right in line with you. They follow your lead. They act just like you. They support you whether they understand it or not, because they feel like they're politicians. I am not a politician. And yeah, I produced my beautiful 2021 campaign brochure out of my money. I am not a politician. I'm telling you what it is. I'm not trying to win your vote. I'm telling you, I got a 10-point platform to create a whole new culture. Because politicians use words like change. They're not going to change anything. They're going to manipulate you to make you think that they did some change for you. They're not doing a damn thing for you. Let me continue. Okay. So now she says, I'm going to give you the invitation. No, nobody's taking the invitation from you except for your little followers, your little sycophants. We're going to engage as the president is working on his infrastructure plan, which will bring jobs to all of us and our communities. Wait, hold on a second. Who's all of us? You mean for Local 1000? Because that's the only person you should be worried about. All represent employees of Local 1000. Why are you worried about outside communities? Are they paying you money? They must be paying you something. What are you getting on the back end? See, when you talk about all these other communities outside Local 1000, the union, and you won't even let white people vote in the union who are Republicans, Libertarians, Green Party, those who have no political party, you won't even allow them to vote because you're not getting no money from them. And so you're worried about all these other communities, then you must be getting money from somebody. It's always about the money. It's always about the money in this great country. So she continues here, working on the infrastructure, which will bring jobs, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I have so much more to add. Well, if you got something to say, Yvonne Walker, say it. Be transparent for once in your life. Tell the truth for once in your life. I feel like I have so much more to add, But I'll hold it all until next week. Have a phenomenal weekend. Talk to you on Wednesday. Let me tell you something. See, this is how, as I call it, hustlers talk to people. Well, I can't tell you everything right now. I'll tell you a little bit later, next week. That's a hustler. That's a politician. What is she going to tell you? Oh, that's that 2.5% that we're supposed to get on July 1st, 2020, that now we're going to get it? Is she holding that back? She's going to act like she did something great for you? No. If she tells you next Wednesday or this Wednesday, what day is that? Tomorrow's the 30th. On the 31st, on Cesar Chavez Day, a day will be off. All respect to Cesar Chavez for his great work he did unionizing in the state of California and across America. Okay, is she going to tell you on that day that 2.5% schedule for July 1st, 2020, we're supposed to get next year because of the side letter agreement? Is she going to tell you we're getting it now? Is she going to act like she fought to ensure that you got the money? First of all, we should have never lost that 2.5% on July 1st, 2020. If she tells you this Wednesday we're getting that 2.5% from July 1st, 2020, we're getting it on this July 1st, 2021, that's because Gavin Newsom's getting his ass recalled and he's trying to save himself and she's trying to get reelected. Let me say this for you again, because somehow your ears are closed. You're not listening to the words that I'm giving it to you. And I know I'm giving it to you straight. If she comes out this Wednesday and tells you that 2.5% that we were scheduled to get on July 1st, 2020, that we gave up, delayed it on the side letter agreement to be paid on July 1st, 2022. If she tells you this Wednesday, we're getting it on July 1st, if she tells you this, we're getting it on this July 1st, if she tells you that and how she works so hard, that's a lie. Gavin Newsom is trying to save his ass and Yvonne Walker is trying to get reelected. That's a political stunt. So listen, she says, I have so much more to add. Why don't you tell us everything you have to say? Why are you holding information back from us? We already don't trust you because you lack integrity. But you got so much more to add. Are you going to add that maybe we're going to be supporting Gavin fight your recall? Are you going to tell us that part? Or you'll hold off on that until after you try to get reelected? I'm going to stay on you, Yvonne Walker. I'm going to stay on you. I don't trust you. You were never a real American. You were never, I can't say a real American. You were never a real Marine. It was just a job to you. Just like being the president of this union is just a job to you. You were never a volunteer, a real public servant that was going to fight for people. You're not fighting for no one but yourself. That's all that you do. That's all that you've ever done your entire life. Fight for yourself. Get what's good for Yvonne. You don't give a damn about nobody else but yourself. You're selfish. And so when I give my constructive critique, because people love to put on Facebook about constructive, our behavior as candidates. Listen, this is my behavior because I'm calling out evilness for what it is. This is my constructive critique. My 10-point platform is my answer. That's my constructive answer to how to create a new culture for Local 1000. Maybe if these other candidates printed up their brochures with a union label legally used, because we know Yvonne Walker doesn't use union printed material for our voters' booklets and voters' ballots from the last two elections. She had that printed up and used the union bug illegally because she has no integrity. See, that's what that is. And I put that up on Facebook and then someone tried to say, oh, well, it's not quite like that. Bogus, BS. She did it 2 straight elections. She knows what she's doing. She didn't think she'd get caught. Well, you're getting caught, Yvonne Walker, and I'm watching you like a hawk. And when we print these ballots up and them extra 5,000 to 10,000 ballots, duplicate ballots that are printed up, yeah, okay. So I know the number I have to hit to beat you. I know the number of voters I got to turn out to beat you. Oh, I know. It took me a second to catch on to you, Yvonne Walker. Every time you do something on a video and you do this transcript, I'm going to print it out. I got all your transcripts from last year when you gave up our money because you're not a real leader. I'm going to stay on you and I'm going to stay on these other candidates. You don't want Richard Lewis Brown on you. I am not letting up off you. I am the only person running for Local 1000 president that's going to fight for people. I'm the only one. And if these state employees are not telling their co-workers get this guy in office, then they like the abuse that you've been giving them all of these years. That's what that tells me. But I'm going to give it all I got to win this election. All right. I'm Richard Lewis Brown. Today is March 29th, 2021. I seek your support to be the new Local 1000 president, and I will not give up. We will win this election. We will create a new culture for Local 1000. We will reduce your dues because you're that important. And I'm going to give you total transparency. And I'm going to show you what a real leader is about in this great country. And I'm not going to discriminate against anybody, regardless of their color, regardless of their political party, regardless if they have a God or they don't have a God. I have a God, and I will never deny my God. I think I'll end it on that note. You have a great day in the state of California. I'm Richard Lewis Brown.